Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cardfighters Couch. I am your host, Loopville George. Joined with me are my two co-hosts for today. We have Loopville Fortune, who is our main
Hello.
editor for the channel, and we have Loopville Akumo, who does all kinds of stuff, and he's just an amazing dude.
Oh, thank you.
So this is our 1,000 subscriber special. We wanted to plan something big. We said something on Twitter. You should go check out our Twitter, by the way. It's at Loopville TCG. Yeah, we're here. This is our big surprise. And just going to give you a rundown of what you should expect on this podcast. So we want to have it probably bi-weekly, maybe weekly at some point. We have lives outside of YouTube and stuff like that. So we're going to try to produce as much podcast as we can, and we just want to be here. We want to have a good time, and second, we want all the Loopville members to come in and to join the podcast as well. Right? So we're going to talk card games. We're going to talk mostly Vanguard, but we might talk some Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever's like in the news for the week, stuff like that. Just to get us started, today's episode is gonna be talking just about ourselves. We're going to introduce ourselves and then just talk about premium, because premium is really big in the news today. I know our card shop, there's a lot of talk. So let's just get started. So let's just start with Loopville Fortune. We'll start with Fortune. Tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us what your main clans are and units and stuff like that.
So, as George said, I am the editor for most of the Loopville stuff. I play Link Joker, Murakumo, Nibitama sometimes, and Brandgate in D. I really like Shucky and Chaos. They're cool. And Ninjas. Ninjas cool.
Chaos is great, even though a lot of people just
you either love him or you hate him.
It was I love Chaos. Chaos was my original deck. So when I started Vanguard BT13, Chaos was my original deck. I just love it.
Yeah, Chaos is something I play
Akumo,
as well.
Akumo, do you wanna introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm VG Akimo. People will know me on Twitter as VG Akimo. I'm the resident Angel simp. So obviously my main clan is Angel Feather. My favorite, although my main clans, I should say, Bermuda Triangle as well. Pale Moon's up there as well. And but yeah, I'm just mostly an Angel Feather player. I play a lot of other stuff, but I love testing things out. And yep. I started my journey a long time ago, like way back when Vanguard first came out with Gold Paladin, so I don't play that clan anymore. Yeah, so
that's something I didn't know.
Yeah, so I started with Garmor, but like not anymore. I don't really. He's not part of my crew anymore, so to speak.
True. Awesome. Now I'm Loopville George, as I introduced myself before. If you watch our videos, I only feature in Great Nature videos and DI videos. So Great Nature and DI are my two main clans. I started off playing Chaos when I first got into Vanguard, as I said before. But recently, these days, I'm just a big Great Nature fan and DI fan, and now trying to dabble in a other clans, trying to find stuff new to play. I really enjoy the playstyle of soul charging, enjoy the playstyle of multi-attack and retiring, given power. It's just really, really fun to me.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
One thing I just want to say before we move on. I actually want to give a big thanks to George, because this entire thing was like his idea, his like brain child. I don't know if that's the right term. Like he's put in a lot of effort for this to happen. So
we'll just say it's his baby.
It's his baby, yeah.
Literally.
So yeah, I just wanted to.
I wanted to start it. I've been wanting to start something like this for a while, and like more like it's content. You know, it's stuff that gets out on the channel. Hopefully on Spotify and iTunes and all the other podcasting sites. We'll try our best, but just like it's just good for us and the conversations we're having.
Yeah.
It's just fun because we talk Vanguard all the time. We talk about it every day, so might as well talk at a podcast and share our thoughts and
True.
opinions to you all, to the listeners.
Yeah.
And,
Like they can see us in fights, but like they're actually going to get to know us now through this.
which I want to participate in more fights. I'm on a
That's
busy
true.
schedule.
That's true.
I think we did we used to have a Google was it a Google sheet or something where people have participated.
Oh, no.
It showed who had participated in what fight, and I think I've still got like four fights.
Yeah,
I think
kind of low.
yeah, I think Rotangs is the most
Yeah.
featured, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And then Luteville Ayrton. I think that's his Luteville name. He's featured a decent amount since coming
That's
onto
true.
the team. Seiso is featured a lot.
That's true.
Akimo is featured a lot. I know you love a good fight video. And then Rotanks is Rotanks. He'll post his content.
Yeah.
Everyone will get a laugh out of the Eugene.
Look, he'll be on in a future episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be chaos.
It'll be very much chaos. Yeah.
He's just gonna it's gonna be chaos.
Little bundle of energy here.
Big Eugene guy, Leonector. He's funny though.
That's also why we had so much Neonectar videos earlier on in the channel, because Rotanks would always like bring in Neonectar because that was his main clan, but you know he'd always be filming fights, so it's like we had so many Neonectar videos, so we had to tell him, hang on, we need to calm down.
Yeah, we need to show other clans. Actually, while we're talking about other people, I think it's worth mentioning there is a lot of us who are in Lukeville.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of different people who come on, but we're trying to do, was it 3 people maximum per episode?
Yeah, we'll say about 3. 4 would be quite chaos, but we'll learn eventually.
Yeah.
How many Luteville members are there?
A lot.
I think there is...
I think close to 10, right?
I think there's exactly 10.
Okay.
So there is a few of us.
And you'll get to know all of us eventually.
Yeah, they'll all introduce themselves.
Yeah, we want to have everyone on here. That's the plan. That's what I want. And everyone, I think most people are keen for it.
Yep.
So yeah. All right, let's get into our new segment. Well, everything is new. So we asked on Twitter and on YouTube for people to ask us questions. To ask us questions, asking us about. We didn't really say to ask us about stuff, but questions that you want to know about us or about our videos on the game. So our first one we have is by Asta. So at Astas, he's got a few numbers. At Astas 19559753. So he said, top Vanguard Dragon waifus. I'm not participating. You can go. You can talk about this.
I think there's a case to be made about the Zero Dragon Megiddo. Surely, right?
That's literally designed as a waifu and a dragon, so.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So I think personally though, I gotta go with Chaos Breaker and Chucky.
If you know me on Twitter, I'm not much of a dragon guy. I actually despise most dragons actually. But if I had to take one dragon, it'd be Luard, bro.
Luard.
Yeah,
Luard. True.
Damn.
True. Yeah, that's the husband.
Husbando dragon. Yeah. Oh damn, you're right.
I remember having this joke where, because I was a Chaos player back in the day, my friend Jordan would come up to me and he would be like, "Yeah, when are we getting that wedding SP Chaos Breaker?" I'm like, "It's coming soon." So I've been waiting for the wedding SP of the.
Dude, that would make so much money.
That'd be true waifu. Okay, but he replied to his own comment asked us, and he said, "Okay, here's actually the serious question: favorite Vanguard boss unit of all time." Akumo, you can start with this one.
Oh, so favorite Vanguard boss unit, like, it depends on how I would define a boss unit. We define boss unit as like the main card in the deck, or like a boss, like in the anime shows up looking all cool.
I think if you build a deck around it, or like it's a key piece in a deck, it counts as a boss unit.
Alright, well then, I'll actually have to say it's probably Reindeer. I built the deck bunch way too many times for me to say anything else. Either Reindeer or Garail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think personally, I would have to say, although I'm a big Amon fan, it's the Dark Dictate now. It's Chaos Breaker. I mean, Chaos Breaker. Like watching season 3 of the original Vanguard anime, and just like they're battling on the rooftop, if I remember
Oh
correctly.
yeah, that was hype.
And Kai plays Chaos Breaker, and my eyes were just like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I think he's the best boss unit of all time, and he's like, is that impact? It's still talked about today.
Can I hear you with the actually? Actually, when it was on the rooftop, it was Rebirth. It was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
like
wrong.
before they went up when Kai beat Aichi, that was Chaos Breaker. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
on the right track at
basically
least.
right.
Yeah. All right. Fortune, do you have your favorite?
So my answer for this is the same as my favorite dragon waifus. It's Chaos Breaker, Hyuki Vogue. Those two are just they're great.
Oh man, Chaos Breaker is just, although it's so controversial, especially at the time. Like I remember when like even Link Joker and Nebula Lord came out, even the trial deck. So many people already complaining about a broken gimmick, and then it was actually broken. They had to make other sets to counter Link Joker.
People saw Lock, and that was it.
Yeah, a lot of people dipped. They saw Lock and was like, "Oh no, I ain't dealing with any of that."
That's true.
So they just all did. But I think like I built Chaos too as well. So
everyone in this call right now built Chaos.
Yeah, I remember spending.
Yeah, what haven't you built?
Honestly,
you're a man of many.
I
decks.
am a man of many decks. There's like if I like, I tried making a list of all the decks that I built, and I couldn't do it because I just couldn't remember.
It was a long list. I remember you attempted. It was a
very very long list. Yeah.
You guys know how this man picks his deck for weeklies now, right?
Yeah, the little spinning.
If I spin the wheel, and me only having like, I think I have 4 decks now. I think I have in V Premium.
Damn.
V Premium 4 decks. In Overdress, I don't have any complete deck. But V Premium, I got Polaris, Lux, Amon, and the meme Bermuda Triangle build.
One day that'll be in a fight.
One day, yeah. One day we'll show it. And at the end of the video, you can reveal your hand. Show them what you got.
And then Ragnarok looks cool. Like some of the reveals.
Oh, you're keen to build it, or are you just like appreciating it for now?
I'll see what it does properly.
Personally, I'm not too keen on Ragnarok, but that's mainly because I'm not too keen on D in general. I like Brandgate, but not all of Brandgate. It's just the girls.
Just prison.
Just prison, and then whatever the new one is. Although the guy with the gun.
Oh, true.
Cool. I think it's Mikani.
Is that the Dual Nation one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
He looks pretty cool. He looks pretty tight. Like his clothes, but
his name is Chad.
His name's Chad now. We're calling him Chad. Yeah. Chad McGunn.
Chad. Oh, that's funny. We've had like, I don't know, random Vanguard units. Speaking of other boss units, favorite other boss units of all time, I got to give a big shout out to Bash. He's the real MVP. He's the real MVP.
Oh, I remember that.
A bit of backstory. Yeah. We sometimes with the boys we play Gartic Phone, and surely you know Gartic Phone. If you don't, look it up. It's hilarious. No, it wasn't even Gartic Phone. It was Scriblio. It was before Gartic. It was Scriblio, and Scriblio. We made a Vanguard edition, so a lot of Vanguard.
I think our video of that should still be up.
Put into the pool.
Yeah, it's pretty old now,
Yeah,
but
I forget we made a video on it. It was hilarious. It was a good video. And Knight of Shield Bash, for some reason, was a card in the pool.
Dude,
I don't know. I think I
I
put
think
it
this
in
was
there.
back in the day when the wiki you could go to a random page, which they removed that for some reason
Yeah.
now. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember
someone
we're
just
all
got
in
Knight of
voice
Shield
call.
Bash.
We're all in voice call. And we're all just like doing random pages with someone, and like we just got to Night of Shield Bash. We're like, yeah, this one. So
And now
It
it's a
spoke to
meme.
us
yeah, now
all.
It's a meme now.
Yeah. I was going
Yeah.
through my comment pile actually the other day, and I found a Night of Shield Bash, and I was like, oh my god. I don't even know why I had it. I
Did you frame
didn't
it?
frame it. I don't know why I have it too. It's like GBT01. I didn't buy any GBT01. Like I wasn't even play. I was
That's the
on
holy
my break
grail.
during GBT01. So
I didn't play through G.
yeah,
So I played up until I played Legion, and then when G came out is when I stopped until V, and then I played the whole of V, and now I'm still here for D. Although I'm just playing V Premium and Premium.
I think that's interesting. Like we've all had breaks in times we've played.
When did you have yours?
So after Shiranui came out with After Image, I played for like a month or two, and then I took a break until what was the second Blade Master? Soen, whatever. The one that's not the V one.
it was Cohen.
Cohen, yeah, like Ziegenberg. The Ziegenberg set is when I came back, basically.
The Ziegenberg, yeah. Mine was very short actually. I sort of stopped during the Japanese because I played Japanese mostly back then as well. So I stopped when the Legion set came out first.
Mhm.
And because I bought one box of that to see how it go. I put SP Sinbuster in Japanese, that was cool.
Very nice.
But then yeah, I just took a break, stuff like that. And then I ended up getting back into it when I went to Thailand. So I'm Thai. So like I went to Thailand to visit, and I ended up finding a Bermuda Duo deck there. I was like, I'm gonna finish my Duo deck, so I bought that, and I ended up buying Gabriel there, and that's how I ended up playing Gabriel.
Nice.
So my first Gabriel deck was actually in Japanese.
Would you say that's your best pool?
The SP Sinbuster.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. Actually, I think I pulled some. Oh no, I think my best pull was Sneak Peek, getting the SP and Ezka.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Ooh, that's
Or actually, no, not even
I
that.
think-
No. There's one more. There's one that actually is way bigger than that.
Hmm.
Back in Ange's peak during G, I went on a massive SP opening spree. So I pulled Ange, and then the next day I pulled SP Aqua. So it was like, and then I think the next day after that I pulled. It was an SP something. I think it might have been Coral, and I sold it to someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the grade 3 Ange was very expensive back then.
I think my best pool. I'm not a high rarity dude. If you know me personally, I will go for everything low rarity. I will save as much money as I can, but I think my best pool, and I still have the card, was SP Chaos.
Yeah, that's
Breaker.
such a good pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty pricey now. I think it can go up to, we'll say about, I think it was 150 USD.
Yeah, it's one of those cards.
Almost 200 AUD.
It's one of those cards where how people are buying the original Blaster Blade just for like nostalgia. Chaos Breaker is another one that will go up because of that.
Yeah. I think it's almost as well known as Blaster Blade, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Or if you're really nostalgic, you can buy a 200 King.
Oh yeah. The KOK Master.
As done by the KOK, also known as the Cockmaster himself.
Cockmaster himself.
Zekka.
Yeah. Go follow him on Twitch.
And Twitter.
He doesn't do much on both platforms, but you know.
He deserves a follow. It's
cool
comedy
bloke.
sometimes.
He's cool.
Very cool.
All right.
I reckon we go to our first big topic that we're going to talk about on the podcast.
Yes.
And today's topic, I mentioned it in the intro, is we're going to talk about premium, and more specifically, sweaty premium. Personally, sweaty premium is it's not for me. Every time there's a sweaty premium monthly on at our local card shop, I kind of just feel like not now. But I think casual premium is really fun.
Yeah.
But for the people who don't know our term sweaty premium, do you want to explain it, Fortune?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's actually, I think it might have been Lukefield Sayso, who started calling it that, but it's basically like, you know how when a game gets intense, like you might sweat a bit and like you're really focused. It's basically Sweaty Premium is the big monthly events that are like the ones you try on super hard. So everyone's going to be bringing their meta deck, everyone's going to be trying to win. And for our locals, we actually have, so I mentioned a monthly. The winner of each monthly at the end of the year gets invited to a championship. So people are trying at these monthlies because you get good prizes for winning the championship.
And they have
Yeah,
sweaty decks,
Yeah, they are sweaty decks. Yeah.
which is not necessarily a bad thing, but to me, it's pretty unfun to play.
Playing
But
to
that's-
win is fine, but it's like you gotta have fun at least some of the time as well. And like it can be fun to play to win, but a variety is nice.
Yeah.
All right, so Akimo,
Yes.
you actually sorry before that. We just had our sweaty premium. Was it this Sunday or the Sunday before? Last Sunday.
It was
Last
Sunday. Last Sunday.
And Akimo, you entered.
So it would have been.
I did
Yes.
enter. Yeah. It's I think this is the second time I played against one of my mates and stuff like that during the tournament and stuff like that, and like I got double critted and lost, right? Not even double critted actually.
What
just double
deck did
critted.
you bring?
I didn't know. I went like 2-2 in the tournament. So, but just sort of like during the entire day, I got the whole like, it felt like there was this massive like black cloud over it for me. Like I felt.
What deck did you play?
I played Nightmare Dolls actually. So people consider Nightmare Dolls as one of the top decks in the format. I a bit disagree. I think it's not as strong as people. I think it's not as strong as people make it out to be. That's a discussion for a different day. Basically, I was playing Nightmare Dolls, and I just felt like premium. A lot of people like give like V and D like a lot of flack for like sort of having an over reliance on triggers, right?
Mhm.
But what I felt in premium was that they rely on the triggers on premium are more they're more reliant on triggers than V or D. And I think it's weird how I think that that sort of changed and stuff like that. Because at the moment V premium is incredibly, I think in my opinion, incredibly fun. People are having fun deck building unless you're playing Prism. But yeah, it's like everyone's having fun deck building. They're trying out new different strategies. They're seeing new interactions with cards that they've never actually seen before. Like for example, Kudere and like Prism and stuff like that. No one was thought of doing that before, but yeah, people started doing that because they got bored of how normal Prism worked, and that got hit. But as well, like I think what I found on the day was that triggers, because how premium is, triggers are much more like apparent in premium than they are, and they become much more like they show up more. And I didn't exactly really like that. A game that people said, "Oh, it's all about consistency and stuff like that." There's not much luck factor in premium, but there was more trigger checking in premium than there was in V or D.
If there was no luck factor in premium, why are people complaining
That's
about
true.
Overtrigger?
Exactly. Yeah.
You have so many drive checks, especially now these days. Everything's got quad drive, and
That's,
some decks even more.
yeah. And I think what the strongest decks at the moment in premium are the ones that try and sack the overtrigger. It's not like they just pretty much just try and sack their overtrigger. It's like
there's like
it's very exhausting.
You shouldn't rely on triggers, but triggers are more reliable in premium, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
So like it kind of rewards you for doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. That's what I think is good, especially with like sort of like with the new premium clan collection, right? You got stuff like Salome. She's doing 4 drives times 2 crystal.
Yeah.
8 drives. That's 8 drives, and that there's a high. Like if you haven't checked your overtrigger, the chance is pretty big.
Yeah.
You even got stuff like Ogre Think Tank, Wacky Hero Mage,
that is
putting it
disgusting.
on top of the deck and going their infinite attack loop, which really is pretty unreliable. No one does it, but it's still something. So.
Well, I agree 100%.
That's
we're gonna talk about the state of premium post ban list, but nothing pretty much.
Yeah, I think it is worth like going back to specifically the monthly that we just had. I think it's worth noting that, first of all, I was there and other people were there as well, but we explicitly chose not to enter, just because of how premium is. And there was another tournament later in the day for a different game, but specifically because premium wasn't. It's not appealing to us in the same way it was after like however long it's been.
Yeah, it just wasn't fun.
Yeah,
It just wasn't fun. That's all there is.
Like
to it.
we see ourselves playing a lot more V premium
Yeah.
and overdress now than we do premium.
Hmm.
Like I was more a premium player than anything. I pretty much like only played premium because it's fun. Like if you play casual premium, it's hella fun.
Yeah.
But now it's like, and even the mood between people, like you can see when a sweaty premium tournament's on or you're playing against a sweaty deck, you can just tell like your mood just goes down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unless you enjoy that.
like there is a sort of
But
fun
a lot of
in
people I
like
see-
trying really hard and progressing and all that, but like
Yeah.
it's like I said before, you need variety, you need balance.
It's like basically, right? It's really fun. I guess you can think of it like scaling a wall, right? It's really fun scaling a wall for the first time. But if you end up doing it, if you end up doing it all the time, right? You're gonna find ways like to try and get over it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna get bored of it pretty much.
But still saying this, I really enjoy playing NLK Barracks. That deck is incredibly fun.
I'm still trying a bunch of
Uh,
other stuff too. So
Actually, there's something I want to talk about
Even
related
though
to
it's
this.
garbage.
So
Yeah.
people have been talking about like this idea of tier 2 premium for a long time now. Like I think nearly since the format actually started. But we've gotten so many ban lists, and this tier 2 premium never becomes what everyone plays. Everyone just goes to the next tier 1, obviously, because there's always going to be a tier 1. And it reminded this like sort of state that we're in kind of reminds me of something that Akimo mentioned the other day about premium and ban lists. If you wanted to take it from here.
yeah, I mentioned that like what happens with the ban list and stuff like that. Everybody asks. I've seen so many forums and so many posts and stuff like that, but people asking for a ban list, saying, "Where's the ban list? I want this deck to get hit, so and so X deck or Y deck to get hit." But then it keeps spiraling down to like a slippery slope into like nothingness at that point. Like you're just banning deck after deck after deck after deck to the point where you'll just end up playing V premium, right? So for, like eventually this sound like oh my god, my best stride is too strong for the meta game, and every other stride is pretty much banned or anything like that. It gets to a point where instead of progressing, the game starts regressing. So instead of like putting out, because premium products only come like once a year, if that. So basically they rely on V premium to progress, and if V premium focuses on V, then they don't actually progress, and the game starts and premium starts regressing. It's like that.
Which is pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
A lot of decks, some did get a lot of premium benefit. I know Great Nature got a funky build.
It's like,
and
oh sorry, you go.
Yeah, go. Yeah, and some got stuff out of it, but we haven't had a premium set for 2 years. Our last premium set was 2020.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And even some decks didn't really benefit off that. So
yeah,
in terms of like the staleness we were talking about before, some decks have pretty much stayed the same for a while.
And decks that
then
decks that got their strides banned as well from like Rune Collection 2019, 2020, they've essentially only gotten one support in the last like 3 years. It's like premium is the most supported format whilst also being the least supported format.
Exactly.
100%. Like I was very sad when Gastil got banned, not gonna lie. I played a funky Amon Gastil variant, which was, I'm pretty sure, featured on the channel, but Petraz played it. That was so much fun. Although I just felt so like, I don't know, playing it made me feel really dirty because of just how strong it was. I'm playing Solitaire, they're just like, okay, what's happening? And I just one-shot him.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, but it was a fun time. That 100% needed to get banned. That was ridiculous.
We've all had our sort of stages where we played band cards and stuff like that. Like I'll admit I had fun with Ichikishima, the second one. Ichi-ni, we call it. Ichi-ni. But I had fun like thinking how high I could get, how much power could I get, how much damage can I do in this one turn, in this one turn, stuff like that. Like that gave me like sort of like it gave me a rush, thinking, hang on, I could do a lot with this one card. And I think that's if you start getting that kind of rush and stuff like that, then that card is sort of ban worthy, I guess.
Yeah, and Fortune had fun with
Yeah,
you.
I won. What was it? Shop League? Is that what it was called? Yeah, I won a local shop league with 15 crit, 1 overtrigger Nue Dio. Like it was fun to play, but it's like one of those decks you play like I know this is gonna get hit. There's no way this is ever living.
Yeah, it was not nasty.
It's very nasty. Like I remember,
I have a.
okay,
You go.
I remember like reading Nue Dio for the first time, going like, "Wow, Strider main phase is pretty good." And then I read the second half of that one effect. Wait, guard with 5? What? I can't G guard? What? And then just like reset board? What?
Look, I want everyone to know that I actually predicted the main phase stride in was it the Print Collection 2020 predictions thing we did?
Good.
I didn't predict the guard restrict thing, but they not only did they listen to me, they like exceeded expectations on that.
It was
Disgusting.
disgusting.
Yeah, so like we've all played these cards that get banned, but it feels like in premium, it's so like it's based on the past, however long it's been. It feels so obvious when you're playing something that's gonna get banned.
That's our thought on the state of premium and sweaty premium, mostly.
I mean, like, are you guys still gonna enter like premium tournaments and stuff?
Yeah, I think I will.
I think for locals, they definitely will.
I think because I still enjoy my decks for the most part, but I just don't like that high level of premium because I don't feel like I have fun playing against a Nightmare Doll deck, or I have fun playing against Lawad and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like that whole culture of like sweaty premium that we were talking about before. Well, like you can play. I don't know. This might just be like a thing unique to our locals because we do have those monthlies, but like the weeks where it is the monthlies, it's a mutual understanding. Play whatever you want. No one's going to judge you for picking like the best deck in the game because you're trying to win. Weeklies, we're not going to stop you from playing the best deck in the game, but we're not going to like actively be like, oh yes, I'm so happy to be fighting against like Grand Blue for the 15th week in a row.
Yeah, and now Ghidorah.
Yeah, a lot of Red Colony's been getting pretty popular in our locals too.
Yeah, I think our locals like number 1 most popular is probably Grand Blue, and then Nubatama second.
I think it might be.
I've played against Grand Blue so many times in the past.
Yeah, actually, I think it's Grand Blue first.
Yeah,
could be Royals as well.
Oh, we do have a lot of Royal players, but I think like in the sweatier weeks, people are taking mostly Grand Blue. Like that's the highest played one in the sweaty weeks.
And now Nubatama is showing some playtime, I guess.
Yeah.
We have a few Nubatama players now.
Nubatama is like one of those decks that's really strong, but they can afford to be spicy while being strong, and I like that. But I also think that there are some cards that maybe need to I don't know. There's some cards I don't like this.
I think it's not like I'm probably biased because I do play the deck, but I think it's not to the same level as like your Grand Blue, your Bermuda, and all that in premium. But it's good enough to be in sweaty weeks, but it's also justifiable enough to be in the non-sweaty weeks and still have fun with it, I guess. Like if people playing Overlord, Nubatama, it's fine, that sort of thing. Yeah,
I can agree with that. And with that, we're coming close to our recording length time.
Oh, damn.
So to finish it off, we have got another question for you. This one is by at Bad UU Tip. Shout out to him or her. I'm a big fan as well. It's such a good Twitter
Yeah.
account. And they say, what's the best tasting rarity? And to me, has to be
Common.
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 That's a take.
Yeah. Why would you lick a double rare or a triple rare?
Dude, you get the texturing. You get the foil.
Old SPs. Do you remember the
Oh yeah, because it wasn't borderless. They had
the
to make
circle
it
foil?
make up for it by like making the texture different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I think
So-
SP would not that I'm
Uh,
eating a card. I think
SP.
SP would be the best one.
And I think some of the sick people out there have probably done it with the wedding SPs.
Oh no.
We won't get into that.
yeah.
Okay, so with that, we'd like to thank you for joining us and staying to the end to listen to our podcast, The Cardfighters Couch. Thank you to Fortune and Akumo for joining me today. And we hope you all enjoyed it. Let us know. Give us a like on YouTube and comment questions you'd like to ask us. We can bring it up in topics and stuff like that, and we'd love to. We'd love to answer more questions for all you, and just bring in viewer interaction more into our channel. Get to know some of you. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Give us a like, give us a follow, and we will see you in the next episode.